Good evening, day 13 at the Crucible Theatre, and it's semi-finals time. The 4 Cumans still standing this year have all come through what is, in effect, a best of 69 frames so far. Still a best of 68 to come, though, over the next 3 or 4 days before the trophy is hoisted on Monday evening. Now, if you were with us earlier on BBC Two, you'll have seen the start of our second semi-final. It features Barry Hawkins, the 39-year-old Englishman, who is the owner of the most consistent Crucible record over the last 5 years of anyone, in actual fact. And he is taking on the ever-popular Welshman Mark Williams, who at the tender age of 43 is still on track for a third world title 15 years after his last.
There's too many great players to thinking, oh, I've got a chance this year. I'm not even thinking about it. I've been here before, I know what to expect. But yeah, I don't think you can get ahead of yourself, and I think that helps really. Don't get too excited.
My season so far, you know, I was probably expected to get to the quarters or semis because I've been playing that well all year, and Barry's got a tremendous record here. He's always in the quarters and semis, so you know, I think a lot of people would expect these two in the semi-final, and I'm sure it's going to be a great match, and you know, it's 50-50. I think who can pick the winner.
Everyone keeps asking me, why you got such a decent record? I ain't got a clue. I mean, perhaps I like the atmosphere, and the little bit of extra pressure sometimes gets me maybe more focused, so maybe that's the answer.
It's very difficult to have a record like he's got. You're obviously doing something right, and I think I heard him say, you know, he doesn't do anything different, it just clicks for him here, so it's going to be a tough match, but I'm just looking forward to it. It'll just be an excellent occasion for me to get back to the semi-final and a one-table setup.
Mark's a great player. He's had an unbelievable season, won a couple of tournaments, been playing so consistent, you know, the whole year, and he's actually enjoying playing again, and he's been putting the work in, and obviously that's made a massive difference to him.
We all know what the turnaround is. Without doubt, there's no question he's using Steve Feeney. That's the massive turnaround. Some people don't like to admit it and say it's me practicing more. I practiced hard last year, the year before. It's just doing the same old things and not getting anywhere. And you know, it can't be a coincidence that this is the first year I've started working with him. And my results have been, well, I mean, just crazy, really.
On the outside, you know, he looks all calm, and like most of us, you know, when you're out there, he wants to win more than most people. So don't underestimate that facade, if you like. He's a great player, and it's going to be a tough game. I think my head-to-head's not very good against him, and but yeah, I mean, I can always change that.
How many more years I'm going to be coming here again to semi-finals, I don't know. And I'm going to go out. If I win, great. If not, I'm just going to enjoy every moment and just try and relax and just take it all in. You know, I'm still in semi-finals, still on that crest of a wave, and I'll keep surfing it until I come crashing down.
So these two strode out into the first all-left-handed semi-final since Darren Morgan and Jimmy White, actually, 24 years ago. Now, we left it over on BBC Two in the 4th frame. Hawkins took that to go 3-1 up at their interval. Now, Williams kept pace thereafter in the 5th, the gap back to 1. So here now is the 6th frame, and the Welshman trailing by 16 points, all watched by Stephen Hendry and Dennis Taylor.
Well, Barry's walked round to look at the potting angle, and the way he's marching back to the cue ball tells me he's going to have a go at this. Now the white's going to go close to the pink or that right corner pocket. Oh, he played it well. A terrific pot, but didn't drop on a colour, so. I mean, it's an easy snooker behind the green, but he's got nothing as a bit of security then, with all the colours on.
Barry Hawkins 1.
That's okay, but if Mark hits the yellow and gets it safe, they're all there for the taking if he gets a chance. And he may have got the snooker behind the blue, as you can see.
Foul and a miss.
Yeah, he'll definitely have this put back. I mean, all that Barry's trying to do here is make contact with the yellow and just hope he can knock it safe. You can't judge what's going to happen from this sort of position. Just hope for the best. The yellow's going close to the corner pocket. And as he fluked a snooker, oh, what a result that is. Might not be a snooker, but it's not potable.
Foul and a miss. Barry Hawkins 4. Yeah. Ollie, could you bring that up?
This is going to be awkward to respot this because he was just playing to flick the yellow off the side cushion over onto the ball cushion, bring the white back up the table, and now this is where it's difficult to get it exactly where it was. But the players will help out here. There's no way a player would gain any advantage. But on the other hand, he has to make sure he can still play the shot that he attempted.
According to that, that's fine.
Olivia Martel on the score tonight.
Yeah. Barry?
Well, Barry's just going to sit in his seat and he's not going to. Ref usually asks both players. Now he's changing his mind, which so it's 2 cushions with lots of side. Done it again and maybe 7 away this time. Well, just missed the black.
Barry Hawkins 4. Yeah. Again, please, Ollie. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Barry.
Doesn't matter how easy a snooker is to escape
Thank you.
from. Always difficult to guarantee knocking the object ball into a safe spot.
Just yellow and green required.
Two.
And he's just got on the green. Thought for a moment the cue ball wasn't going to travel far enough, but he's on it.
Just coming up to 20 minutes for this frame, but we had a slight delay.
9.
Barry Hawkins now guaranteed to not be behind going into the second session.
14. And the frame.
He's not going to bother with the
Barry
black.
Hawkins.
Mark had a chance there to possibly draw a level, but it's Barry Hawkins who takes the frame and extends his lead to 4-2.
Yes, the Hawk, who's featuring in his 5th Crucible final in 6 years, has really carried on where he left off in that match where he beat Ding Junhui in the quarter-final. Ding, of course, had recently been installed as the tournament favourite. So he is eyeing a session lead now as we head into the 7th and penultimate frame.
No, that was tough. That was tough. I don't think you often get a round of applause for a miss, but then the difficulty of that shot that he attempted there. Now, how costly is that going to be? Well, might just cost him 1 point. Might possibly be able to get to the potting angle of that. I'm just thinking in the deciding frame, John Higgins against Judd Trump knocked O'Brien into the middle pocket. Under the circumstances, it was an unbelievable shot. And that's not bad either, I can tell you. What a pot that was.
Yes, phenomenal pot in the middle pocket from Barry Hawkins there.
Six.
Don't know if the black's available to the left corner. That would be the natural shot to play here.
Yellow.
Yeah, I think that tells you that the black doesn't pass that red, because he would have played your shot, Stephen. Now you can see. Oh, he needs a little bit of luck here. He's okay, he's got one to the middle pocket.
16.
I like to, well, he's got that also, but that's a little bit more tricky with that other red there, but no problem with this one.
$17.
Just a couple of little errors that Mark Williams has made this evening in the opening frame. Tried a very difficult black. That was his last shot in that frame. Oh, I thought he was going to catch the knock. I'm getting excited here, Steve. A bit early, isn't it?
22.
I wonder if he's snookered out himself and everything here. Just when it looked like he was going to be set to win this frame, he's like the cue ball. Travelled too far. Incredible.
Yeah, I think it's because the blue went in off that left jaw of the pocket as he looked at it. That's why I thought he'd almost missed it. So just lost that cue ball because of the way he potted the blue.
$23.
terrific pot, worth another look, but it wasn't a favourable cannon. He was coming around nicely and then just flicked the green. Another tricky brown. Oh, if it runs on, is he snookered on this? If he's got past the brown to leave the red, that was brilliant, and he has.
27.
He's playing some strange shots here. That was, again, about a foot too short. Playing for the blue to right middle. Okay, he's okay. This blue to the corner should provide automatic position, but he's just struggling a bit with his cue ball at the moment, Barry Hawkins.
Up to 3. But
that was very well played. Now, perfect on the blue. Already 34 points in front. You think one good positional shot here.
$39. $40.
Just got to take extra care. The closer you get that cue ball to the cushion, it just makes these blacks missable. Cued it nicely. And you would think surely that now will be the frame.
47.
And I say that, and again he's finished just awkward on the red. He's going to go for the blue again. Just when it looked like he was getting the cue ball under tight control.
48.
The two reds above and to the right of the black, him just stunned through the gap at those for the red that's nearest the cushion. He needs the gap. And he just got it, just flicked the red, but he's okay.
53.
And again, he'll have to go up for the blue. He's making hard work of this.
$54. $58.
Well,
59.
just the simplest of blacks as Barry glances at the scoreboard on his way around. This black will leave mark needing snookers. And should guarantee him a 5-2 advantage, I reckon. So it's a couple of risky ones
67.
that Mark took on that's cost him 2 frames. So.
$73.
Yeah, the red with the, well, eventually with the spider and the rest on top was horrendously difficult. Again, that's probably the third shot that he's gone for tonight that he didn't need to go for, Mark Williams. And all three have cost him the frames.
82. 83.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those matches where Barry is leading 5-2, and you know
90.
it could have been 5-2 the other way, but he has been superb, has Barry. Oh well.
Barry
No
Hawkins,
century
90,
break, but that was a
wonderful.
magnificent effort from Barry Hawkins. That break of 90 now extends his lead. It's 5 frames to 2.
Mark Williams to break.
He'll lose this one 6-2, and then possibly lose the next session 5-3. All of a sudden, you know, you've got a lead that you struggle to get back. So there's a big frame for Mark Williams.
Surely not. Oh, what a fluke that would have been.
One.
Well, he's in first with 3 more reds available. Not a bad chance this for Mark Williams.
Six.
Now he's deliberately leaving that red over the left middle pocket, so when he decides to split the pack, whether it's from black or blue, if the split doesn't work out, his plan is that he'll always have that red as insurance over the left middle. And that's what we're doing now. The 2 reds between, at the bottom of the back, just cannon the right hand side one of those. Yeah, beautifully played.
14.
That's probably
15.
a good little tip for any amateur players trying to learn the art of break building. When you've got a red hanging over a pocket, try and keep it there as long as possible.
Yep, like for now, wasn't easy to get on one of the other reds, and that's a little bit of insurance that he's now going to pot.
23.
And this looks to be perfect on the blue. Delicate little cannon onto the pink.
28. 29.
Have to head back for the blue here.
$37.
Players can have a lie-in in the morning. They'll be back on in the afternoon session. And that's beautifully played.
42. $43. 50.
Doesn't hang around, Mark Williams.
51.
When he's in a break and the ball's in a straightforward positions, his shot time is usually quite swift.
Yeah, without moving around the table fast, his average shot time's 21
57.
seconds, so he definitely doesn't hang around. And I wonder, could he finish this
58.
session the way Barry Hawkins started it with that magnificent century break? I wouldn't put it past the Welshman here. He's made 8
65.
centuries, more than any other player this year.
Yeah, it's
66.
something that's come into his game. Obviously, he's won 2 tournaments, and I think before this season, scoring was something he wasn't scoring heavy enough. Certainly is now.
73. $74.
Yeah, and just to back up what you said there, Stephen, he's made 52 centuries this season. 26 last season, so he's been flying this year.
Yeah, I think he tries to make them nowadays. I think there was a time in his career where when he got to 70 or 80, he just started playing some loose shots and
79.
didn't really bother about making century breaks, but now he tries to clear the table.
80.
We're up to 70 centuries, and no reason now why he
87.
can't finish this session with another one.
88.
And look at that, he hardly moved his feet. The position was so good that time.
94. 95.
Unbelievable century, 71. And Mark Williams now on 53 for the season.
103.
It's been a very entertaining session, this. It was such an
110.
important frame for the Welshman to take, and he's took it in style. Doesn't matter about the yellow. What a way to finish the session. An important frame for Mark Williams. He takes it. And the score now is Barry Hawkins 5, Mark Williams 3. What a cracking semi-final this is.
In Mark Williams' 8th century of this championship, Barry Hawkins standing on 7 now. These two are really going for it. And they'll be back for their second session tomorrow afternoon. Now, not since Ray Reardon has a player in his 40s, 40 years ago, gone on to win the world title. But it's not just Mark Williams who's got a chance of doing it this time. We've also got 42-year-old John Higgins in the other semi-final. The Scot, incidentally, going for back-to-back finals here. But he's up against the youngest man left in this year's draw, the world number 9, 26-year-old Kyron Wilson, for whom this one-table format was all very new, very exciting, and no doubt just a little intimidating as he strode out for their opening session today. Now, Higgins, we're told, didn't have the best night's sleep ahead of this one. Adrenaline still charging, no doubt, after that amazing final frame win over Judd Trump. So how well would both men settle? Very well in Higgins' case, anyway. He sprinted to a 3-0 lead with breaks of 67, 65, 77. That became 4-1. Wilson hanging in there. Now, he took the 6th with a contribution of 52, and here we are in frame 7, all watched by John Virgo and Alan McManus.
A little bit under hit. Oh, and he'll be disappointed there. He's left it, a clear path to it.
Yeah, as I said, the black in the tail end of the last frame was weak. He played a weak safety a few shots ago, and that was same kind of thing. Now, heavy drag on this, kill the cue ball. Yeah, good shot. Heavy drag, trying to get the cue ball to the red as quickly as possible so that it holds its line. A little drag shot. No, this is not a sitter. Building himself up. Chip the red away from the black spot. Bound to be on one.
Played it positively. Now the red just to the left of the black, which he'd like to play on. Well, he's getting down pretty quick, so he must feel he's got room to manoeuvre. Probably stunned for the black in the same pocket as the red.
9.
Played it nicely. I think he's got a little bit of an angle on this black. Well, our director, as usual, the optimist. Well, he's played that very well.
16. $17.
3 reds. Third black coming up. Just under hit that slightly.
24.
He can hold for the black here, but to do that he'd have to play with a bit of right hand side, so he's going up for blue or bought colour. He wants the frame, not bothered about the maximum.
25.
He'd like to play the blue, get the blue back on its own spot.
Yeah, we spoke at the top of the show, didn't we, about speculating how much, if anything, would that last evening's
30.
session take out of John Higgins coming in this afternoon. I think it's definitely taking a little bit of a toll right now. He wants to get out of there. Preferably 5-3 in front would be good. In contrast, Kyron Wilson at the minute looks full of verve,
31.
full of vim, looking positive, wide-eyed. There's John's eyes. Definitely feeling it at the minute. He'll be fine tomorrow. He'll get a good rest, but I say in contrast, Kyron Wilson looks super interested out there. Oh, he played that beautifully. Lovely piece of cueing.
38. $39.
That was one of his better positional shots in this session. Just about straight enough on the blue so he can hold, possibly for one of the 2 reds in the middle of the table. If not, one to the con. In actual fact, he's held it too well.
Sure.
That's why he's asking
44.
for the rest, the extended rest. So now a little bit of work to do with the cue ball. If it had been straight on this red, it had been a formality. Just roll it in for the black, trying to hold it. And as I say, held it too well. Don't know if there's a gap where he can go between the reds for the blacks to the same pocket. Oh, there was, and he judged it nicely.
45. $52.
This
53.
black, 2 more reds, 2 more blacks would get him to snookers required. Tries to play for one of those 2 reds into the right corner. Played it nicely.
60.
As I say, 2 reds, 2 blacks. John Higgins would need snookers. So John, in the back of his mind now, will be thinking about the last frame of this session. And he'll be putting all his efforts into that. Having led 3-0 and 4-1, he'll be disappointed if they're all square at the end of this first session.
$61.
Just to go 68 points in front with still 75 remaining. So the black, and as it turns out, just 1 more red to clinch the frame. Red would put him 69 ahead
68.
with just 67 remaining. Safely in.
69.
And this is highest break of the match so far. Good time to do it.
Yeah, the way he struck that black is just a sign that he's
76.
he's really beginning to feel good out there now, Kyron Wilson. First 2 or 3 frames, a little bit shaky. Really does look like he's fancying it now. Striking it beautifully out
77.
there. Nice to see him go on and make the first century of this match.
$83. Tap. 84.
Yeah, great stuff this. The one thing you know about Kyron Wilson, he will never lack in the ticker department.
91.
He just looks all of a sudden bright-eyed and bushy-tailed out there. Everything going in the centre of the pocket.
92.
It's a mere formality now, the century. Can he make it a big one somewhere around the 140?
98.
He's already had 4 centuries
99.
in this Betfred World Snooker Championship. This for number 5. Well played. And that's the 69th of the tournament. Turn up. We love that.
105.
And as you say, Alan, definite signs that he's feeling a lot better. And
106.
it just shows the way he's pushing the cue through now. And I remember early on, we were looking at his average shot time was up to 34 seconds. It's now at 27. I think it'll get quicker. He's not a slow player by any means. None of the young guns are.
113.
Yeah, he's absolutely striping it at the
115.
minute. Kyron Wilson, this is a huge frame coming up. Last of the session. And now he's beginning to have
180.
fun, just brushing these last 6 colours in.
$122.
Yeah, it took him a few frames to get his bearings this morning. It's difficult to get adjusted to the one table situation at the Crucible. There's no hubbub,
127.
no noise from the other table, nothing else going on. It's all on you. And boy, you're starting to
133.
really enjoy it out there. Wonderful, 140.
Wilson, 140.
Kyron Wilson showing his true class in this semi-final now. A big frame coming up, and he's just one behind at 4 frames to 3.
So Kyron's highest break of the championship so far. Absolutely brilliant, dizzying stuff. So much so, in fact, he actually had to leave the arena with a nosebleed. But very shortly thereafter, he was back for the last frame of this session, and we will join them there. Kyron, 44 points to 16 in front.
Kyron playing this, has to catch this very thin. The cue ball just missed the blue in the low side. Yeah, difficult to get that thin enough, and he's caught the jaw. Chance John Higgins.
Well, no, I'm not being wise after the event, but I couldn't see how he could come off that red. I mean, I'd have overcut it and gone down near the yellow pocket and play that. But here's a chance for John. Can he build up now for one last effort?
1.
He pots this pink, he goes 21 points behind. So I'm just trying to work it out. 21 points behind. These 2 reds, 2 pinks, and he won't need the black.
7.
He can win this frame without the black.
$8.
Well, he's overscrewed for the pink.
Well, in a funny sort of way, this might even work in his favour, because he's dropping this dead weight, I think, in or over. And if he gets the pot, he's guaranteed being on the red. And he's got it. He's got it, and he's nice on the red, or as nice as you can be. Big shot coming up. This is the biggest shot of this
14.
semi-final so far.
Yes, and I think with this shot, you've got to fully commit. You can't afford to play it with too much pace. You've got to fully commit to knock this in. It's gone in.
15.
Needs to slow up. I think he's just all right. I think he's just got enough angle on this blue.
Yeah, deep screw with side so that he can't snooker himself in the brown. That is a brilliant shot. Absolutely brilliant.
Glance at the scoreboard. 8 points behind. Up to and including the pink for 5-3.
$22.
How many times does this guy drag these clearances out from his bootstraps? Just overcooked the screw shot.
25.
Probably get it with his little extension.
Yeah, this is what happens on these super fine cloths. You're under a little bit of pressure. Kyron hoping that using the rest may cause John a problem. But no. Now how's he going to finish on the blue? He's too far for the middle. So he's got
29.
a blue into the far right corner. He'll settle for this because it looks like a natural angle in potting it. You'd stun down for the pink. And blue and pink would really hurt his opponent. And give him a 2-frame advantage
34.
after this very intriguing first session. Shake of the head to his supporters, Kyron Wilson, thinking, how have I lost this frame? Because you missed an easy red, son. That's why. Pink for the frame. In it goes.
Higgins,
And I would say overall, Alan, that was a fair reflection of what we've seen.
Absolutely, a brilliant session. John Higgins leaves the arena 5-3 in front.
And that's what Higgins, the 4-time world champion, is so good at. Now, they've got a really big day tomorrow because they've got 2 sessions, morning and evening. And we will be back at 10 o'clock in the morning. In fact, Jason's here then. I'll be back thereafter with the second session of Hawkins-Williams from 1 o'clock. So a big day tomorrow. Significant date as well. May the 4th be with them and with you. Good night.